Alright, so I separated the hair into two sections on the back from nape to front temple. Nape to front temple. And I separated her top section, top ridge. I'm going to be using my Identity Magnum 8. I'm going to be using essentially 10 volume. I will add some 40 to it. Alright, I know that it's what gives the strength to the lightener is actually the powder. It's not so much the developer, more so the powder. The powder. So I am going to be mixing it 1-to-1 ratio. I'm going to do 50, either 50 milliliters or grams, depends whatever the measuring thing shows up. But I'm going to measure it out like that, and then I'm going to, when I do the lightening, because she has some parts that are shorter, some parts that are longer. So what will be determining what I'm going to be putting the highlight on will be the length. So essentially what I'm doing, I am slicing, and I'm doing horizontal slices. Once I get here, I'm going to turn it into vertical. What I actually meant to say was diagonal. I could even begin the verticals. I've already done 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna start the verticals. Shop our biggest sale of the season at balsambill.com. It was here. I couldn't catch my breath. So from here, I'm going to take the vertical slice. And what I'm doing is I'm taking very thin, more than paper thin slices to do the highlight. I lay lightener on the foil. Take the hair itself and lay it on the lightener. And I'm using the Fremar angle brush. That makes it easier to feather in. I'm not taking it up all the way to the scalp. That gives it a more natural look. As far as maintenance is concerned, she won't have to worry too much about maintenance either. With her hair, the slices are going to look like highlights because within a section of hair, she has some parts that are very long, some parts that are very short, so it all works and balances itself out. Alright. And I take it, fold it. I don't necessarily crunch the bottom part. I like to leave that alone, avoiding developing some type of line, you know what I mean? You don't want lines. I go to their website, choose a style I want. And so we're ready to take the next section.
Find the one. Article.com. Gopi's found a way to keep her receipts tidy, even when nothing else is.
Snap and sort your expenses with QuickBooks and find on average $4,628 in tax savings.
So what you'll notice I'm doing here is I separate the section. I take a very thin slice, and that thin slice I call a faux baby light. A faux baby light. And what you'll see me do is push the part that I'm not going to lighten over to one side, and the part that I am lightening I separate to the other side. On this one? And if you look at it, it looks as if it's a micro stitch, but it's not. It's just a very thin slice. So the thin slice will kind of translate as far as the visuals to a micro stitch.
Are you Jewish? Now, relax. How come so many doctors are Jewish? Because their mothers are.
These are the foil placements. I did diagonals in the front, diagonals on the side, and from the occipital area we did diagonals, but in the nape area it's horizontal. So can't wait for you guys to see what I did. Oh my goodness! Alright guys, so we are going to be taking out the foils. We did do a little bit of balayage to give some give some lighter brown contrast, and then we did a foliage. The hair looks gorgeous. It looks gorgeous. Okay, so my beautiful Marshall blenders. Here I am rinsing off the hair. So we are washing it, of course, with water first. Then we use the Redken Extreme. I decided to go with the Extreme shampoo. I love the smell. I love how it works. So we use that one for the first shampoo. The second shampoo is going to be the Brazilian Bond Builder, the B3. That's the B3 shampoo that we use there. She absolutely loved the smell. She was really happy with it. I like to make sure I wash the hair, so I separate it in sections and I play with it and, you know, run it through, rinse it off. And then what I did here, you'll see, I actually took an old bottle of No Orange, Fanola No Orange, took some No Orange, added water to it, because I feel like it works better that way than just putting on the direct shampoo. Mix some water with the Fanola No Orange or No Yellow, and it'll actually ash it out way better. Alright guys, so we're here for the conditioner.
Weave.
We're gonna remove.
Now, kids, let's stop acting like children.
Yes, there's no problem so great it can't be worked out between two caring families.
So true, friend. So true. Now, what seems to be the trouble here?
She wants to go to Graceland for our honeymoon.
Nice highlights.
Here wants to go to Disney World.
So this is my Marshall's Blends concoction.
Simple. Compromise.
So my special Marshall's Blends concoction was actually base. The base was the Wen Bella Spirit Indigo, which is a toning cleansing conditioner. I also added some of the Fanola No Orange mask. I added Sebastian's Penetrate, and I added Olaplex to it, and I whisked it up right there as you saw. So that's the concoction.
They are going to Hot Sulphur Springs, and that is final.
Why? So they can be miserable like you and Pokey?
Her name was Elaine. Pookie was the Pomeranian.
I did everything you told me. Good for you.
Hi, Lito.
He was mad. One of us got our hair
For the
pulled.
clothes. No. Mother threw me out.
Mother threw me out.
You see, tú ves ¿cómo se llama? Le echamos la ropa. Now it's
Hey, my lovely Marshall blenders. So here she is, conditioner washed off, what am I holding in my hands? It is BioSilk Silk Therapy. Remember, if you're gonna do a silk press, you want some silk proteins. One of my favorite ones to use is the BioSilk Silk Therapy. So here I am emulsified in my hands, and now I'm distributing it throughout the client's hair. That hair looks lovely. What do you guys think of that hair? The baby lights, the slicing, and the balayage that I did. She did have some old black dye on her ends, which was what compelled me to do the balayage, to kind of remove that black. I knew it would bring in some nice brown tones. So I was happy with that. And what's that in my hand now, guys? I'm sure if you know me and you love me, my Marshall blenders, you know what I'm using. That is the Redken Anti-Snap. And I love it because I feel like it just fortifies each strand and gives it strength to avoid from breaking due to heat styling. And there I am distributing it, sending it throughout each individual strand with my hands, my Marshall's Blends hands. So guys, please write comments. Let me know what you think of the work. I'm excited about putting this work out there. I had a lot of fun. I was able to be creative in a very natural looking way. I enjoyed having the majority of the highlights be on the sides and the back. There are a lot of baby lights in the front, but they're not, because they are baby lights, they're not so visible. Now what's that? That is the Color Wow Dream Coat. That is for me one of my favorite hair leave-ins, because it does work. It doesn't let the hair revert to a certain degree, and if it does, all you have to do is quickly pass the blow dryer over it and it's perfectly fine. So you see me spray, I saturate the hair with it, and then I'll, distribute it with the Denman brush and commence the blow dryation, my lovely Marshall blenders.
And I said, why? Because I thought that she gave up permission. I said, why you didn't tell me that I had fainted and blame it on the boat? It's moving too much. Because she was crying like someone died. I felt so bad. Her father played her so bad. Está flaquita. Está flaquita. Joder. Tú me sigues tirando peso a mí, no te quieres quitar. Ay, you. Go down.
Yeah, I'm telling Denise she's really losing weight.
Who, me?
Yeah.
I don't know if I should cry or laugh. Thank you. I'm doing the fasting. What is it?
Intermittent fasting.
Intermittent fasting. I started a month ago though. I heard that once you reach 3 months, that's when your body. So what are you supposed to do? My last meal was about 6:45 p.m. and my next meal is 1 o'clock in the afternoon the next day. But I have black coffee, black, no sugar, no
I heard that.
and I love black coffee, no sugar or milk. So it works for me. But I was telling Marshall que yo exagero, because once 1 o'clock hits, I want to eat like half the cow, and I can't. I gotta eat a leg first because I'm recording too.
Yeah.
I'm recording for my videos. I shouldn't do that.
So between 6:45 and 1 p.m.
Nothing. Just 1 cup of black coffee. I munch on ice or water.
I could probably do from 10 to 1. That's a long time.
No, because the longer you are, the more you wait to eat, the less hungry you are. If I eat at 10 o'clock at night, like last night I ate at 10 o'clock at night, I was already starving this morning. I couldn't wait to 1. So instead of 16 hours, I only did 14. Because I was supposed to eat today like at 2. And I ate a few minutes before 1. But your body gets used to it.
Because anyway, I'm not a breakfast person. So like
I'm not a breakfast person.
Morning's not a big deal to me.
Can your last meal be like at 6 and then you can eat at 11 the next day or 10? Let me see. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. Your last meal before 6, then your first meal will be 10 a.m.
Once I get home, I feel like eating something. Because I leave work by, I'm supposed to work at 5 o'clock. Sometimes I don't leave till like 6 o'clock, 6.
Yeah.
So once I get home, I'm like, I want to just munch on something.
Right.
I want to munch on something. So I probably have to like, if I do that, have a meal at work that I can eat right before I leave then.
Like now, starting tomorrow, I'm going to do it different. My meal at 1 o'clock is going to be a banana and a milkshake from Flint Fast, because I have those. And then I'll have my big meal to record.
What time we eat every? So that's the 6 o'clock we get. 6:45 or at 6:45?
6:45, yeah, because I record it and it takes 10 minutes to record.
So that's your last meal.
That's it. I'm going to lose so much weight with that.
But that's the thing, I have to keep it up though.
I'm giving it a shot. I'm giving it a shot, and now I'm going back to Weight Watchers. I hate Weight Watchers though because they're gonna be like, "Yeah, you can't have this." I hate that. Oh my God! If I eat this, that's my entire points.
Basically,
You live in that life.
you gotta be conscious.
Este pelo lo van a...
All right, my Marshall blenders. So I'm back. Here we are blowing the hair out. I essentially divided it into 2 sections, and what I'm blowing it out with is actually the warm first. I'm using just the warm, and then you'll notice I actually will polish it near the end with the high heat. And what that does essentially is just smooths it totally out. So I do like to dry the hair about 90% with the warm, and then finish it off with the high heat, because I feel like that just you can notice the difference in how the hair lays. You know, it makes it lay a lot. It's a lot straighter. It lays a lot more sleeker. And the shine is actually very much so there. You can definitely see the highlights that I added on the top, the highlights that are throughout the hair. You can also see the balayage. I am genuinely in love with this hair, and I hope you guys are in love with it too. She is actually one of my best friends and one of my best clients. She's the one that brought me the tamales that I was singing about on my Instagram channel. Guys, if you're not following me on Instagram, it's the same name, Marshall Blends Hair. I post, you know, whatever pops up in my head, foods that I'm eating, and I sang a pastel song. So if you go on my Instagram at Marshall's Blends Hair, you'll be able to listen to that song and a few other songs that I've sung. But look at those beautiful lights that you see there. Beautiful lights that you see right there. So you can see it better there at that angle. And so now I'm going to start working on that second part. And after that comes the silk press. Alright guys, so here I am. I'm about to spray my trusty Sebastian's Trilliant Heat Protectant and Shine. Alright guys, so there I am spraying it. Then I'm using the Denman brush to distribute it evenly. I'm sectioning the hair, and I will start from the back, taking out my trusty Babyliss flatiron and using the chase method. I'm silkening that hair, and you can see the beautiful slices that were done in the hair, creating wonderful dimension. It was absolute fun, and as I got up higher, I took thinner slices. I love it. I love it, and it's so much fun to silken the hair too. And we did wind up doing a trim. I didn't record the trim, but it was legitimately a trim. Her left side was somewhat shorter than the right side, so we just evened it out and had a lot of fun.
What is it? Authenticity.
Okay, so we're done. I'm gonna take some better pictures. I'm gonna trim it and then take pictures and post those. But that's it. We're done, guys. Let me see if I can. Yeah, shake your hair, girl. Yes, there you go. All right, so thank you for coming with me on this little venture. Give me your comments, likes, holler at your boy. Love you, my Marshall Blenders. Bye. So here she is after the trim. You can see this wonderful work and all its glory. She loved it, her husband loved it, and I was absolutely happy and elated with the work. Love you, my Marshall Blenders.